Alright, so welcome everyone to today's tutorial, and this is for Imagine by John Lennon. Man, one of my favorite songs. I mean, such a good one, right? You can never say the best, right, about any song because there's so many good ones, but and there's so many aspects to the songs, you know, in what way. But this one always touches your heart, you know. It's such a beautiful song. So I'm happy to share it with you today, and I'm tuned in E flat again. So this is down a half a step. I play it that way. I think the original is in C, so this will be in C flat. Because it's on piano, obviously it's in C, right? That's like an A for a guitar. You know? So I kind of figured this out myself. This is like the way I just figured it out by listening to the piano and trying to copy the piano. That's pretty much how I come up with it. So the way I have it on the channel is also down a half a step if you want to listen to that version. All right? So let's get right into it. The first chord is a C, and I'll play for you first so you can hear. And that's the way it goes right into the verse. So that's the intro and the verse. So here's how it goes. We got a C chord first, and I'll put the chords up here. I'll put the picking as well, but I'll also talk you through it. You know, we all learn differently, right? So the C chord is third finger on the third fret of the fifth string, second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, open third string, first finger on the first fret of the second string, and open E string, open first string. I do use my fingers to pick the song, my finger picking. So if you have a pick, just use your pick. Same thing, it won't change anything, but I use my fingers for it. So the way I usually put my fingers and keep them this way throughout the song, and I usually just alternate the thumb like on the fifth and sixth string. The thumb is on the fifth string, and the other fingers just fall right on the strings below them. So there's 4 strings, 4 fingers, they fall right in line like that, right? So, and that's the way you pick, the way the fingers are set up. So 5, 4, 3, 4. And then it goes 1, first string, third string, and then the second string, you take the finger off, play it open, and hammer the first finger on the first fret. So like this. Okay? So 5, 4, 3, 4. 1, 3. Open second string, hammering on the first finger. Like that. Okay? And then to the F chord. You have to play the F chord the way I play it, because if you played a barred F chord, it wouldn't work because we play the third string open and hammer the finger back on, okay? So the way I play the F chord is the thumb on the first fret of the sixth string, third finger, third fret of the fifth string, pinky finger, third fret of the fourth string, second finger, second fret of the third string, and first finger on the first 2 frets of the first 2 strings. So barring the second and first string. I bring my thumb up to the 6th string and play 6th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string. And then I come down to the high notes and play 1st string, 2nd string. And then for the 3rd string, I take my finger off and play it open. Then I hammer it on the 2nd fret and then pull it back off. So, like that. So, okay? Like that. And that's how I play the whole intro. So I'll play it really slow for you now. okay? And full speed. So that's the intro. I played it a few times for the intro, and then that's how the song starts. It's the first part of the verse already, you know. So imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Only sky. And that's the end of the same part repeated, but it's almost half of the whole verse. Then it goes, imagine all the people living for today. And that part goes A minor, so it's open 5th string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and open 1st string. And you pick right down that. So I pick the 5th string with my thumb, then 4th string, and then all 3 of the bottom strings together. If you're using a pick, you just pick down and then stroke the bottom 3 strings. So like that. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 together, 4. And then you just take your pinky and put it on the 3rd fret of the 6th string and play the same thing. So you play the same way that you played, but you use your thumb on the 6th string instead of on the 4th. So you play 6, 4, 3, 2, 1 together, and then 4. And then you switch to... So the way I play it is with my thumb on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, like that. I guess you could use one of your fingers. I never play it that way, but you could probably play it this way instead. I use my thumb. So 6th string, 2nd fret with the thumb. The top 2 strings stay open, so the 5th and 4th strings stay open. The 3rd string is 2nd fret with the 1st finger, and the 2nd string is 3rd fret with the 3rd finger. The bottom string stays open, the E. So it's the same kind of picking as before a little bit. So it's the 6, 4, 3, 4. And then down to the 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right down. Like that. And then I come up to it's the top of a G, but I use my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And the reason I do that is because we're coming to a C chord after that, and this is the position for the C chord, so that's something to always keep in mind when you're changing chords. That's another thing that you could be making it a little more difficult for yourself, and you can make it a lot easier if you just change the position of your fingers a little. So get used to playing chords a couple different ways, you know, it'll make it a lot easier on you, because if I did a G like this, not that it's a problem, but you have to change from the G here to a C. You're changing this way instead of just having your fingers here and coming right down to a C, okay? So I place my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of 6th string, 2nd finger on 2nd fret of 5th string, and then everything else stays open for now, and I go, and it's like playing the notes. Living all life in peace, you know? So it follows the vocals. And he does that in the piano too, so you're trying to mimic the piano. So I pick the, you could use any fingers you want, but if you want to keep the fingers the same as they were before, then you would use your middle finger on the 3rd and the ring finger on the 2nd. And I keep those open and I just go pick those together with the top bass note. And then alternating, so pick together, all 3, the 6th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string. And then I alternate the thumb and the 2 fingers on the 2nd and 3rd string, so. And after you hit the bass note, then I come down and do those notes that go along with the vocals. So I put my first finger on the first fret of the second string, and then after that, I put my pinky on the third fret of the second string. And those are the notes. So open, second and third string, first finger on first fret of second string, and you still play the third string with it. And then the pinky on the third fret of the second string, you still play the third string, right? Living for today. And then it goes back to the verse. So, I imagine there's no countries. Okay? So same thing again. So let's play through all of that just so you can see, and then we'll get to the last part, okay? Imagine there's no heaven. Then A minor. And then it comes back to the verse again. Imagine there's no countries, right? And then it continues to do that. It plays through same exact thing again. And then this time it comes to the verse, right? So after it goes to this part, living life in peace, same thing as before. Then we go, you. So then he comes to an F chord, right? So I play it with all my fingers, so you hear the high strings. Sometimes it sounds nice. You don't have to play all of them. You could just play to the second string, but it's up to you. Go with what you feel. I'll show you how I play. So F chord is the same as it was before, except we play 6 string, 4th string, and then all 3 fingers together. So the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string together, and then the 4th string again. 6, 4, all 3 of the bottom strings, 4. And then we come to a G, a full G chord. We're not playing the second finger if you want to not put that in, the 1st finger on the 5th string, but I'll tell you anyway. So it's a full G chord. It's 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 5th string, 1st finger, 2nd fret, open 4th and 3rd string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Same picking, so 6, 4, all 3 bottom strings together, and 4. And then to a C. Same picking, so C chord we already done. It's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 together, 4. And then an E chord. So an E chord is open, 6th string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and open 2nd and 1st string. On the E you play the 5th string, 4th string, 3, 2, 1 together, 4th string, just like the C. Because you want to get that 5th string in there because that's what makes it sound like it's coming down, like it's really beautiful sound. So, right? The whole verse part again. So, you may G say, C, I'm a dreamer. E. Back to the F. But I'm G, not the only one. E. F. I hope some G day you will join us. E. F. And the world will pick that C, the last C, I just pick one string at a time from the 5th to the 1st, that's all. Okay, because it's kind of like, that's how the piano like kind of, bing, like fades out kind of, right? And then it goes to the bass of the piano, and then we do that by going like this. So I'll show you that part real quick. So I go, I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Okay, that's how you fade out into the C. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So then to build up and mimic the bass notes and the piano that he plays, like doon, 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 and he builds back into the C to come into the last verse. The way I do that is I just use the bass notes and I pick the 2nd and 3rd finger open at the same time. So I alternate between the bass and that. So I pick the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Like I pick the second and 3rd string together. So open. And then open, 5th string. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then back to the C note. So the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, you can make the C chord. And then you come right back into the C chord for the verse. So 3rd fret, 6th string, and then building up on the 5th string. Open, 2nd, 3rd. Like that. Okay? Imagine no possessions. Okay? And then that's it. That's the whole song now. So that's how I end it is, you know, in the world we'll live as one. So if you have any questions about any of that, if any of it was unclear, let me know. I'll play through it one more time before we're done. So again, the chorus will go. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Okay? And then at the end you just end it like that. Alright, so if anything was unclear, let me know. If there's any other tutorials you'd like to see on the channel, anything you'd like to see on here, let me know, or songs covered, anything like that. And until next time, take care. Happy practicing. See you then.